For the first layer of these bars, it's 3/4 of a cup of almond flour, 3 tablespoons of sweetener, a pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of softened butter, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So I'm going to take this and press it down in the bottom of an 8x8 pan. My oven is preheated to 350, and it's going to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. That looks about as good as it's going to get. So we're going to stick it in the oven and see how long it takes to be golden brown. For the peanut butter, I like this Crazy Richards. It's one they sell at Kroger, and it's actually fairly inexpensive compared to some of it. And the only thing in it is peanuts. So that's all that's in there is peanuts. But it is one of those ones that you have to stir. So sometimes it can have all the oil at the top and the bottom can be kind of hard. So I'm going to try to stir it with a butter knife. Usually that works. I can kind of dig down in the bottom. And if you need to, sometimes you can even put it in the microwave for a few seconds. The second layer is the peanut butter layer. And with that one, you put a 1/2 cup of peanut butter, 3 tablespoons of sweetener, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And you mix that up well. Okay, so the shortbread cookie layer, it started to brown around the edges, and I felt like if I left it in there much longer, the edges might burn because they're probably a little thinner. Obviously, the bottom of it's not squared. It's kind of rounded. So it'd probably be better if you had a squared off bottom, kind of like most of the normal pans are. But it smells awesome. It smells like a sugar cookie. Alright, so here's the peanut butter layer spread out. It wasn't too bad once it started warming up a little bit. And then they said you could also warm it up before you put it on in case that it's like thicker peanut butter. But mine was more soft because of all the oils and the natural peanut butter anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot on how they told us to do the chocolate layer. They said to use 3.5 ounces of dark chocolate or sugar-free chocolate for the top. I actually have about 6 ounces left in this 9-ounce bag of Lily's. I think I'm just going to use it all. So I'm going to heat that up. They said you could use a double boiler or you can microwave it. And I've never done this with Lily's before, so I'm going to see how this goes. Make sure you're using a bowl. It's okay for getting hot. Like these are microwave and dishwasher safe. Just be careful so you don't burn yourself. Make sure it's not boiling, and hold the bowl with an oven mitt. Not too hot. Alright, that actually worked out better than I thought it did, or thought it would. And I'm glad I used the 6 ounces of Lily's instead of the 3.5 it tells you to use, because I really think if you tried to use 3.5 to spread over this whole thing, that it would not be enough. So I'm going to let the pan cool down a little bit more from where it was in the oven. Then I'm going to put it in the fridge until they are firm, and we'll see what they taste like. Okay, I actually stuck this in the freezer for a little bit because it was in the fridge for a while, and still you can see the middle's still a little warm. Not quite set up yet, and it's 7:15 and I really want a piece. So I'm just going to cut a piece of the corner here so we can see what it tastes like. Okay, so this is a pain in the butt to get out. I'm almost wondering if next time I might need to line it with something or spray it with something, but they didn't say you had to. So anyway, it tastes amazing though. It's like Reese cup with cookie on the bottom, kind of like a peanut butter Twix. Oh, I used to love those. Try it. Let me know what you think, guys.